Glorious day to you, my friends. Kia katatar atikitiara hatakari hisotorata. Welcome to Shine, Stargate Heart, Illuminate Your Natural Essence. Ha riaka ashea sa akatakariatata, where we are exploring our inner being. We're spending time with our inner being, listening and observing our inner being. Niatakuruta arhasakahirata. And we're doing this while also chanting the magical chant Om Mani Padme Hum Si Uttura Atakatari Rashananayata. And we're using the mala of joy Uttura Atkaya Asake Atara Ashehesakaha. And this mala of joy, Skaya Chara Arahase Atara, is we're breaking up the 108 seeds. I'm just blissfully amused today. This mala of joy, we are breaking up the 108 seeds into 9 groups of 12. Just 9 ideas. That's it. Just 9 ideas. That are separate yet unified. And these 9 groups of 12 represent one of the chakras in our Merkaba, our ascension vehicle, our chariot, iskara, our light body, and these 9 chakras, are at the bottom of our Merkaba, Vasundhara, the Earth Star chakra, most easily understood as surrender, let go, ease into, si itur utur utukur, settle into, ara aske iska tatatara ara sihinotoro. And then we have Muladhara, our root chakra, Svadhisthana, our sacral chakra, Manipura, our solar plexus chakra, Anahata, the heart chakra, Vishuddha, the throat chakra, Anya, the third eye chakra, Sahasrara, the crown chakra, and at the top of our Merkaba, Vyapini, the soul star chakra. And the easiest ideas to understand it is invite, allow, utur ishkatitiriarata. Open up to utur iskatata isa yatakaratata. I'm open to that. And in each of these 9 groups of 12, we break up the 12 seeds into 4 groups of 3, which represent, which is modeled after Sama Vritti Pranayama, Niarawacha Akaya Asahakatatira, and which is the in breath. We got people over there totally enjoying themselves. It's a pleasure to be in their presence. So, for the first 3 seeds, or the beginning, is the in-breath. We're breathing in the energies of the ideas. This is the sunrise. This is setting up our day for success. What, at the beginning, the first seed is setting you up for success in the day. What do you do in the morning? What do you do to set up your day, to get yourself centered, to invite your awesomeness into the day? What do you do that before even looking at your calendar, before even drinking your sip of coffee, before jumping in the shower? What are these things that you do to set your day up for success? And it progresses like that along the day. So the next 3 seeds, or 3 days, whatever, is we're holding our breath with a full lungs. This is how we execute our day. After we set it up for success, how are we executing our day? There are so many different mappings of this samavriti pranayama. But when we set ourselves up for success, the day goes much more smoothly. And it's not necessarily a waterfall process. It's an iterative process. With every breath that we take in the morning, we're setting ourselves up for success. With every breath that we take during the day, we are setting ourselves up for success. And then the next 3 seeds are the breath out. That's where we are today. We're on this edge of, before we begin to breathe out, what are we going to do? This is our evening. This is how do we reflect on our day? How do we take care of our evening after all the things? How do we settle down? How do we settle into it? How are we radiating? We're radiating out. Our inner being is doing the radiation, shining our light. We can shine our light in all aspects of the day. But this represents our evening or the fall, the autumn. And how do we deal with this? Is the harvest of our day. How do we reflect on our harvest? How do we eat this new food that we generated, the success of the day? How do we eat that? How do we consume it? How do we bring it into us? That's the divine feminine aspect of this. And then the last 3 seeds, or 3 days, or 3 of anything, we are holding our breath with empty set of lungs. Yeah, exactly. What? You want to hold your breath with no air in? So this is the embodiment phase. This is the sleep phase. This is our rest and digest phase. And although this is our rest and digest, but this is the ultimate rest and digest. In the cycle of life, this is the death phase. This is where we have our 3 dreams, where our subconscious in the day while we're sleeping, where our subconscious and our inner being are reflecting on the day, our belief systems, what we want to, what happened, what are we going to happen in the morning, in the next day. Our dreams are so interesting. And so this cycle continues. And we're just utilizing this in the mall of joy so we can get to better, 1, know our inner being, 2, get to know our own true nature. And this is all really just us understanding ourselves and accepting ourselves for who we are. Because when one knows themselves, and you understand your nature, and you understand the way that you do things, and what your wants are, and what your desires are, and how that your brain works, and your heart works, and how your gut works, and how you work, then there's nothing to fear. Any interaction with anybody, so today we're in the last 6 days. Okay, we are subtly working on the ideas of Vyapini, of allowing and inviting. Yesterday, how did you like the experiment, the thought experiment of connecting with spirit? We're going to continue that, and we're going to continue to operate without seatbelts. For the remaining 6 days, no seatbelts. There's no real rules. Although I'm listening to timekeeping and chanting in my ear so that I can understand, besides previous videos outside of this series, I just come back when spirit tells me to come back. Here, trying to set a little bit of expectations of how long this is going to be, roughly around 18 minutes, depending on. And We're going to do rolling Om Mani Padme Hum. I can't record it that way because it really is annoying. I did record it that way, and I listened to it, and I'm going, no. It's not gentle. But you can. You chant according to you, your mind, and your heart. Whether you want to sync up with me or you want to do it at your own pace. I'll quiet down at the end. Maybe we'll get the Blue Jays to chime in like they did the other day, right at the end when they were on the last one. They're going, well, you didn't mention it. We're speaking up. And we're going to do a thought experiment today. And then we're going to, I'll talk a little bit while you figure out what you're doing. And then we'll do the chanting thing. And see, the best part about me not focusing on the counting and moving the mala and counting the seeds and things like that is being done in here. I can go off into deep never land. And then when I get silence, that's my clue to come back. And so the light language is deeper. Well, at least it's deeper for me. Whether it's deeper for you or not, that's up to you. Each of us are going to receive the light language, accept, allow, invite, the light language in their own way. And each of you will interpret it in your own way, because it'll bring up meaning for you or not. But if you're watching, this is a part of your experience now. Uttara, ishkaya saata kurihatara, siita ata arahaka. And so we're exploring our inner being, ourselves, our true nature, or how we are, how we operate, so we can be more comfortable in what we do and how we do it. So before we jump into the thought experiment, I'm going to dive into warfare and war strategies, just for a bit. Kudeta, yeah, exactly. Fighting conflict is a thing in our reality. And it's really a battle between the minds of the opponents. Which is why it's important for you to understand yourself, so you can understand your triggers, your conflict, and your desires. Because those are exactly the tools that a wise opponent, Sun Tzu, or Field Marshal, I forget his last name, not Von Helsing. Anyway, but he was a field marshal in the 1800s, and he's the one that came up with no plan withstands contact with the enemy. So we have strategy and we have tactics, and it doesn't matter how much you understand strategy and how much you understand tactics. Tactics are, your modifications, your tools in your toolbox that you pull out on the battlefield because things aren't going the way you want, but you devise your plan against the other person in their mind. Boxing, it's 100% apparent. You could be stuck in your ways and say, I've been so successful in this, but somebody who's hungry is going to study your style and then find your weaknesses and then exploit those weaknesses. It's the same thing in cutthroat business. It's the same thing in fencing. It's the same thing in soccer, in World Cup soccer at the highest level. It's that dynamic flow. It's just on a grander scale because you're dealing with 22 personalities on the field besides their manager and the communication that happens from the sidelines, but being in the flow and being active in the flow, seeing the flow, anticipating the flow. And besides you having your strategies, but there's all this chess match that's going on inside the head. And even chess masters, they understand their opponents. They study their opponents. Kasparov, when back in the 80s, when he is a grandmaster. He was world champ at the time and played against the first artificial intelligence supercomputer from IBM called Deep Blue. And he utilized his knowledge of chess and his knowledge of how he perceived that the AI would be working. He knew he couldn't crunch the numbers faster than Deep Blue. So how he defeated Deep Blue was, in the first game of the match, he chose this very obscure opening that he knew his opponent didn't dive into and didn't explore all the options of it. He understood his opponent. And I say all this just so that it just reinforces when we understand ourselves and we understand what we're up against, this obstacle, this challenge, and we take the time to observe the challenge and attempt to understand the challenge. So our life gets easier. We can then formulate a strategy and some tactics. But that's life in this 3D, which is not the KISS method. It's overanalyzing. But we're going into understanding ourselves. That's the key part. One, we understand ourselves, and two, we accept ourselves. That's the key. So if you have not watched yesterday's video yet, I encourage you to go do so and at least do the thought experiment first. Because this thought experiment is going to build on that. And every day forward, we're going to build on the previous day. And if you're already 100% in harmony with everything, then why you're still listening. But maybe you're entertained. I'm entertained. Like I said, I'm blissfully amused today. Atihidi atkaresa atara isohutur ukayatata. So, uturu hushaya. They said yellow today, golden yellow. And my water bottle is even yellow, because we're going to play with our intention. This is, what was yesterday? 103, we got 108, 107, 106, 105, 104, 103. We're on day number 103. We are on the out breath. We're on the out breath, and the out breath is so simple. Okay, we just need to push the go button and start the process of breathing out. We can control it, okay, in other pranayama, in other breath work, we're controlling it. While running, I'm trying to control my breath. But the initial, we don't need to. Part of our autonomic nervous system, okay? Our body controls the breath how we need to. And there's this demand for breath based on the output. If our body needs more oxygen, it sends electrical signals to the brains, and then it sends electrical signals and chemical signals to the lungs and the heart so that it requests more oxygen. It's an automatic thing. And that's what we're going to rely on. We set our intention to breathe out, and then it just happens. Okay? It's the true divine feminine. It's the Empress. I command. One more thing before we start. They gave me a new definition of Anya today, and why they call it Anya. Versus Agnya, I command the universe. And it doesn't matter. So this is Will's opinion, and I'm putting it on the coffee table of life. Besides the Anya, the not knowledge, they're playing on the Ana, okay? Anya, and the ya part, okay? The Ana from the Anamaya Kosha is food, is nourishment. Well, guess what? Where are we? We're over here. We're at Lunasa. We're at this halfway between summer solstice and fall equinox. We're at the first harvest, the new food, the new fruits of what we do. We're playing on this here. So this ana, this new food, this nourishment, our thoughts, our good thoughts are our nourishment. But the ya part deals, to me, besides that, our nourishment can be that. Our nourishment can be that. Ya is that. But ya is also, it comes from the heart. It's love. So our nourishment is love. And can we see the love in that? Can we see the love in that? Can we see the love in that? Can we see the love when it's hard to see? Can we imagine the love? This is exactly what Abraham Hicks talks about with the law of attraction. When in relationships, when we don't necessarily see certain attributes or behaviors in someone else, Abraham recommends imagine seeing it in the other person and interact with them as if they have that attribute, they have this behavior. It's not like we're trying to change them. Maybe we stop interacting with them as if they don't have it and stop holding it against them. But if we imagine it soon enough, we will see it, and we will start to see it. And by the law of attraction, it must show up. Maybe it's easier to digest if we don't think of it as we're seemingly changing the behavior of another person, but you're changing your way that you interact with this person is what's happening. You're making it more palatable for them to interact with you. Anyway, I invite you to sit down and to relax. Whether you lie down or you sit, or even sit in seated meditation. Let us thank ourselves for setting aside the time. And thank everyone else for sharing a breath, sharing this experiment, sharing this experience. They are contributing energy. Now let us focus on our breath. As we slowly and consciously deepen our breath, thanking our bodies for the breath, thanking the breath. as we breathe in gratitude. And we breathe out gratitude. As we feel how it feels to breathe in gratitude. And we feel how it feels to breathe out gratitude. As we listen to the sound of our inhale. And we listen to the sound of our exhale. As we feel the cool air on our in-breath. As we feel the temperature of our out-breath. And a few more breaths on your own. Now let us focus our awareness on our heart center. For in our heart center is our true nature. Whether you resonate with the holy fire inside or the divine light inside, I would like to share an idea. Imagine, if you will, a love. A love of acceptance. A love that when you feel it, you feel accepted. You feel that every part of you is accepted for who you are. No matter what you have done, all of your successes, all of your failures, no matter how bad you deem them, no matter how evil you deem them, no matter how wrong you deem them. This love is so enveloping. And so accepting of you. This feeling of peace escapes words, no matter how hard you try. And no matter how hard you try to hold on to your deepest failures, this love and acceptance for you is overwhelming. You can't pay attention to your failures. This love is so enveloping and consuming that any ideas of unworthiness simply can't be there. They go away on their own. And you are filled with this immense worthiness. And as you take your time with this love and acceptance, as you settle into it, as you ease into it, as you soften into it, as you allow more of it, it begins to feel like home. And as you settle more into it, and more into it, and as you start to decorate it as if it were your home, because it is, and you still feel the acceptance of your paint color choices, of every idea of expression on these walls, of all the flowers that are growing, if you like flowers, every bit of your furniture choices, and it has your most comfy chair. Do you feel encouragement? Do you feel acceptance? Do you feel peace? Do you feel the joy without this joy being overwhelming? Where nothing here is overwhelming. Where everything simply accepts you for who you are. This love does not want to add anything to you, because this love sees you as complete. This love loves all of you. Without thinking, without judging, always loving you. Always accepting you. Always supporting you. This is my idea of home. This is my idea of unconditional love. This is my idea of your true nature. This is my idea of heaven. This is my idea of spirit. This is my idea of God. This is my idea of the highest source of consciousness. This is my idea of my inner being. This is my idea of your inner being. This is my idea of my true nature. This is my idea of your true nature. This is my idea of the holy fire. This is my idea of the Holy Spirit. This is my idea of the divine flow. This is my idea of everything. This is my idea of nothing. This is my idea of the out-breath. This is my idea of the in-breath. This is my idea of holding my breath with a full set of lungs. This is my idea of holding my breath with an empty set of lungs. This is my idea of sama, vritti, pranayama. This is my idea of Om, Mani, Padme, Hum. When you are ready, this is why I meditate. This is why there's a skip in my step. This is why there's a smirk on my face. This is why there's a gleam in my eye. This is why I am blissfully amused. So when you are ready, let us slowly bring our awareness back to the here and now. Feel free to bring these ideas with you, or whatever ideas that you experienced with you, into this present moment. As we slowly deepen our breath, as we become more aware of our physical bodies, as we become more aware of our surroundings, maybe invite in some gentle movement. Maybe take a sip of water. And when you are ready, let us thank this accepting love. Both inside of us and outside of us. Let us reflect back. This loving acceptance to both ourselves, everyone else present, sharing this breath, these experiences. And to the infinite source of all that is, and all that is not. And when you are ready, slowly and gently open your eyes, and welcome in the new now. Welcome in the new you. I need a good cry now. Kasaniatara aria kahasiaka. Achayarata atara eakana asayatara. Ichahatar ikayata arhatakanu utur ukayata. Saheta dar itukuroto arashana hakiriata. Take as many moments as you need. Atikariata arsanahito kuriata. And when you are ready, Niariacha Atoro Urahasaya E Toru Hutodora. Whenever you are ready, Niarashaya Karsanari. I encourage you to journal Nihurusa E Ta Ta Arata Kaeta. Pause the video if you need. Skatakara Atakara Arshana Hakatura Huta. Or share a few more breaths with me. Thank you for sharing some breath. Thank you for your contributions to this, to Yah. Hasi kataritar or Yi Niara Atakarasi Itora Hatara. This and that Atakaritara Sahatorota. Korota Atakana Hasasiriara. Kochiriata Anatakariata Atara Arasuhunotoro. I check in my now, I check in my reality. I think I'm going to move like 2 feet that way, out of the sun. Ni otoro takatara arasana hakatoro. How was that for you? Utora shaheka takariata tarataha. We'll do the other thought experiment soon enough. Isaka atura atara arshanehera. Sihukutara. Ishkahanata aratatara. Chichoro urotada. Utur ukachaya. Kasahakatitira. You guys got it easy. Skatakaria. You can pause this. And then when you're ready, you can resume it. Skatatira atakara arsana. Maybe cross your legs. I'm just going to run from here. Whatever this is. Askatakarit. Utur una atakari hisakata. Okay. Yeah. No matter what you're feeling, I encourage you to journal about it, how you're feeling, what you thought, maybe some reinforcing statements. It does not matter, this journaling, this is for you. Clearly, I have a ton to write about. They told me what they were going to do. I didn't know it was going to feel like this. Kotura anaka asasiriata hanata. Okay. When you are ready, I invite you to close your eyes once more. Doot doot. Right back at ya. Yesterday's thunder. I needed that. Thank you. Ashuhutur Ranataka Ahasasiriarata. So I invite you to close your eyes and to relax, whether you lie down or sit in seated meditation. As we again focus our awareness on our breath. That was my idea of protection. That is my idea of breath. It is my idea of life. And my ego is curious why they didn't mention life earlier, because they told me earlier today during the experiment, or when they were telling me about the experiment, that they would mention life, that this is the life force energy. This is the basis. This is the energy behind Reiki. This is the energy of the holy fire, of the Holy Spirit. This is the energy of spirit. It is the most powerful force, energy, tool, idea of this universe and everything that anyone can consider a universe. As we focus, I'm going to take another sip. Hopefully you are just as amused with me as I am. Now let us focus our awareness on our breath. As we begin to lengthen our breath, as we feel the sound of our breath, of our in-breath, and we feel the sound of our out-breath. As we feel the color of our in-breath, as we feel the color of our out-breath. As we feel the smell of our in-breath. As we feel the smell of our out-breath. As we feel how it feels to breathe in. As we feel how it feels to breathe out. As we breathe in this experience we had earlier. And we breathe out the experience we had earlier. For it is in the past. So now let us focus our awareness on our heart center. Now let us breathe into our heart. And breathe out from our heart. As we breathe in this unconditional, all-accepting love, and we breathe out this all-accepting, unconditional love. And we invite and allow our inner being to breathe with us as we breathe in this all-accepting, unconditional love. As we breathe out together this all-accepting, unconditional love. As we simply now call it the life force, as we breathe in the life force. And we breathe out the life force. As we breathe in life. As we breathe out life. As we breathe, we are living. As we breathe, we are living. As we do not breathe, we are living. As we do not breathe, we are living. As we breathe, we exist. As we do not breathe, we exist. Now let us move our awareness with our heart up to our third eye, effortlessly, naturally, as our heart, our awareness, and our third eye are unified. What do we see? Can we move our awareness to the edges? Just go horizontally to the edges of our aura. What do we see? Keep going out to the same plane of the third eye, to the edges of your aura. What do you see? What do you feel? Now let us take these two chakras and let us move it up to our crown chakra, along with our awareness. In the center, in alignment, in the center of our central channel, in the center of our crown. What do you see? What do you feel? What do you experience? Let us move our awareness now on the plane, the horizontal plane of our crown, out to the edges of our aura. What do you see? What do you feel? What do you experience? Remember this plane, the plane of the crown. We will use it again. Now let us move our awareness and the two combined chakras. Moving it down, let's return it to the center of the crown, to the central channel, Shushumna. And let us bring our awareness down the central channel, down the alignment of alignment, down to Vishuddha. And let us bring along all of the chakras that are combined and unified. And go into the center of Vishuddha, unifying all the chakras. Now let us go out horizontally along the plane into the edges of our aura. What do you see? What do you feel? What is your experience? And move this awareness freely on the edges of your aura, along this plane. What is your experience? Now let us bring our awareness back to the combined chakras in alignment. And let us move our awareness and the chakras down all the way to the root. Aligning and combining and unifying in the root all of the chakras. Anahata, Sahasrara, Anya, Vishuddha, Muladhara. Now let us take our awareness out along the plane of the root. Let us remember this plane. We will use it later. Let us bring our awareness out to the edges of the root plane, into our aura. What do you see? What do you feel? What is your experience? And move it around freely along the edges of this plane. What is your experience? And let us move our awareness back to the central channel, the alignment of alignment, to the center of the combined chakras. Now let us move up. Let us take all of these combined chakras and move them up through the sacral chakra. Combining, unifying all of these chakras. What do you feel? What do you experience? Now let us move our awareness along this plane, out to the edges of our aura. What do you see? What do you feel? What do you experience? Feel free to move along the edges of this plane. What do you see? What do you feel? What do you experience? Now let us move our awareness back to the central channel, the alignment of alignment, back to the combined and unified chakras. Now let us move these combined chakras and our awareness up into our solar plexus chakra, combining, unifying. What do you see? How does it feel? What is your experience? Now let us move our awareness along this plane of the solar plexus chakra. Let us move it out to the edges of our aura. What do you see? What do you feel? What do you experience? Feel free to move your awareness along the outside edges of this plane. What do you see? What is your experience? Let us bring our awareness back to the center, in the central channel, to the center of the unified chakras, to the alignment of alignment. Now let us move these combined 7 chakras and our awareness back to the original location in our heart of Anahata. What do you see? How do you feel? What is your experience? And as we move our awareness out to the edges, along this horizontal plane, to the edges of our aura, what do you see? How do you feel? What is your experience? Feel free to move about the edges of this plane or anywhere along this plane. What do you see? How do you feel? What is your experience? Now let us move our awareness back to the center of these combined chakras. In the alignment of alignment. What do you see? How do you feel? What is your experience? Now let us soften our aura and invite and allow both our soul star and earth star chakras to come in along this central channel in alignment, slowly, naturally, effortlessly, softening, inviting, allowing. And as they come together, combining, unifying, how do you feel? What do you see? What is your experience? Did your aura come with you, with these chakras? Did the size of your aura shrink? Come inwards? Did it expand? Go outwards? What do you see? How do you feel? What is your experience? If your entire aura is not here, let us settle in. Let us invite it in. Let us allow it in. As we ease it in. And settle into its closeness. As it gets closer, we settle in. As it gets closer, we relax into it. As it combines, it is unified. What do you see? How do you feel? What is your experience? Now let us invite in and allow the outermost reaches of our awareness to bring it in. The periphery of our periphery. Let's invite it in. As we relax into it. As we ease into it. As we settle into it. And it settles in us. As it eases into us. As we allow it. As we combine and unify. We will start off with one Om and one Eye-eem. We will chant Om Mani Padme Hum for approximately 18 minutes, disregarding count. Synchronized or rolling, maybe both. And after some silence, we will close out with one Eye-eem and one Om. Feel free to take one last sip or any amount of sips. Breath in for Om. Om. breath in for Eye-eem. And a breath in to chant. Om Mani Padme Hum Ashkana Hatar Araheta Aturroka Otor Hasha Isa Hakatar Yatar Hasha Padme Otorroka Otor Atanahera Aturiata Shayak Atara Mani Padme Isohotorota Atar Hitara Harnata Kocha dar hakatera. Om Mani Padme Hum Noroto Rota Kashiakata Ratara. Om Mani Padme Hum Ishkarata Retahata Korohaya Ata. Om Mani Padme Hum Isohotora Kanahatara Heta. Om Mani Padme Hum Hotoro Arhatar Hera. Om Mani Padme Hum Roto Ohoya Hisohotorata Nahakayarata. Om Mani Padme Hum Hotoro Okotoro Ona Atar Ata. Om Mani Padme Hum Ishohokotora Hatara Hetara Hasaya Utoria Jahana Mani Padme Hum Aye Hakara Harata Atita Haratehe Om Mani Padme Hum Kurota Hatara Aha Ishohotora Otona Atarahe Om Mani Padme Hum Ichikaharata Hetara Heta Korohaya Ata Hotoro Katashaya Mani Padme Hum Hotoro Onahati Takare Uchahatata Arahata Om Mani Padme Ishahanata Arata Atara Hutoroto Orota Heta Om Mani Padme Hum Ichhoroto Horata Hatara Hata Otoryoto Horara Om Mani Padme Hum Hotoroto Orahata Shihiskahasaya Om Mani Padme Hum Hotorota Atarhisaya Kachahatataha Om Mani Padme Hum Ashahanate Hiriha Otoro Om Mani Padme Hum Achohotor Otarara Hatita Om Mani Padme Hum Otonoto Orahatarahaya Kotor Otatatiri Om Mani Padme Hum Atur Hokotor Horshahya Om Mani Padme Hum Atkarata Hetiariara Oroto Otoro Okatara Om Mani Padme Hum Kotoro Ototoro Ashahyasa Om Mani Padme Hum Hotoro Hokotoro Ota Ishahanata Karata Hatita Om Mani Padme Hum Atur Hokotor Hokota Ichata Atarahaya Om Mani Padme Hum Chitiata Haratahayara Atukoroto Hoto Shayata Arata Mani Padme Hum Honanaki Araya Toto Horoto Hotora Katoraya atara
Om
hata.
Mani Padme
Otokorota
Hum.
hatara arahana. Ichatata hararta kereya.
Om
Korohotoro hota.
Mani Padme Hum.
Achihariara tahakaya. Hatoroto orahata karyata.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Hotorohuya. Atori hatara hatara. Hitara hatata
Om
kahayata
Mani
haraha.
Padme Hum.
Achkorotoho. Utoro hokotoro hoshayaha.
Om
Atkarata hatara
Mani
hatara he.
Padme Hum.
Achkoroto hoto. Hitora hokotara arahanata.
Om
Itata hatata
Mani
karata.
Padme Hum.
Kotoro hotoro. Shihesotoro otara arka.
Om
Hatara
Mani
hakatara
Padme Hum.
Ochohorotaha. Siaka atara arana.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Ochohora. Arahakatara arasana tikiara.
Om
Hitata
Mani
hitara harashaya.
Padme Hum.
Hotoro hokotara haratahana. Achiharara kahera hasa.
Om Mani
Hotoro
Padme
otahatara
Hum.
harakahe. Arahorota ora. Hatutu ura shaheta atara.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Kichohoroto. Utoro hokotara era shahaya.
Om
Ishkahanata arata
Mani
atita.
Padme Hum.
Arharagika. Hachohoroto otoro otara. Isahakata rahatara.
Om Mani Padme
Utokoroto
Hum.
horotaha. Kuhurota atara arnahata.
Om
Hatur
Mani
osanasa.
Padme Hum.
Arhorota oto. Utoro okotoro arnahatara.
Om Mani
Hatitigata hatara
Padme
haratahana.
Hum.
Atora hotoro harshanahata.
Om
Itahatara
Mani
akaharirataha.
Padme Hum.
Atuhutoro ochanatara. Arhakayata.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Ishahatata arhatita karya. Hatoroto otanana
Om
gorosai.
Mani Padme
Atoro
Hum.
hatoto harahiata ataraha. Ashahatara arakanahata.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Hutoro uhukatara hatata aresha. Orohorata hata.
Om Mani
Ahachiarata
Padme
hakatara.
Hum.
Hutorota achakarata hatata harahata.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Achkoroto uhutadara. Chihatata atakarata.
Om Mani Padme
Otor
Hum.
hokotara hashaya. Atur hokotor orahanata karata.
Om Mani
Atuto
Padme Hum.
Shahika atara sa. Kotorota atara arakachiara.
Om Mani
Hatorota
Padme
ota
Hum.
atara arakanata kariata. Shihakatara takariara.
Om Mani
Konoto horota.
Padme Hum.
Aturroka atara arahanata kara. Hisotoro
Om
okotatara
Mani
hiyasaha.
Padme Hum.
Kotor hutara. Haturo otoro
Om
arshanata
Mani
katara harkita.
Padme Hum.
Hotorota atata karahashi sakahaya.
Om
Hatutu
Mani
urota atara arakanata
Padme
titakara.
Hum.
Hotoro ototoro hushaye. Siakanata
Om
arahata.
Mani
Atur
Padme
hokotoro
Hum.
otonota. Hisatata harat kiara.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Kota taharahata atara arashanati. Hator otonota
Mani
orohashaya.
Padme Hum.
Hisa hatatar rakanayara. Kotor hokora.
Om Mani
Atit garata atara
Padme
arakanahata.
Hum.
Oturut urtakaryataha. Asohokotora
Om
harashaheta
Mani
karata.
Padme Hum.
Katarwa harashahe. Atur hokotora arashanaka eta.
Om
Hisotorota
Mani
atarwa
Padme
rashahe.
Hum.
Kohosoka atara. Sikatia tiaryarana takatara hata.
Om Mani
So
Padme
huturutu
Hum.
utakaryatur. Kahiasha akara harasaha. Haturoto urusha
Om
akutarahia.
Mani Padme
Isotur
Hum.
hutara arkana hesakahe. Ishohuturota arati hesaha.
Om Mani
Hit
Padme
karata hatara
Hum.
harata. Otor hokatara arshahesaha.
Om
Hisotoro.
Mani Padme
Haturo
Hum.
hoyanataka hera. Achuhoroto urotahaya.
Om
Hatiti karyara
Mani
hatatara
Padme
hata.
Hum.
Aturoto uhutarahaya. Ishahakatara etaharta.
Om Mani
Jatata karyata
Padme
aso.
Hum.
Huturota atara utoro. Hitatahar hitar rakayata.
Om Mani Padme
Otukurota hatara
Hum.
arate hitara. Kotutora hasha. Kotorahaya
Om
atara arkanaha.
Mani Padme
Kotora
Hum.
arhoresha hitaraha. Kotora arkaha.
Om
Achihariarata hakatara
Mani
hatoro.
Padme Hum.
Kasotorata atud harishaya. Korata arata hayara.
Om Mani
Otoro
Padme
katara
Hum.
arana hakatitar. Ushohotorota atata arakahe.
Om
Otarata.
Mani
Haroto
Padme
oroto
Hum.
utoro. Kochatatar hatitikariataha.
Om
Otoroto utoro
Mani
utatatiara.
Padme Hum.
Kotor ahaya achata atitaha. Kotatar
Om
hatakayara.
Mani Padme Hum.
Otokoriata hatara. Hishotor utatara arkanaha.
Om Mani
Achatatar
Padme
harikita.
Hum.
Atur hokotara hatara hata. Otata
Om
harara
Mani
kahirataha.
Padme Hum.
Otoraka atari itaharaha. Ishahokatara hietara hieta.
Om Mani
Okoro.
Padme Hum.
Otora hatara hata. Ishahakata taharahartehera. Atur
Om
hokotoraha.
Mani Padme Hum.
Ichahatata hatakara hata. Otorata atar akatira.
Om Mani
Atorayata
Padme
a.
Hum.
Atura hatukura hata. Ishohotora hatakara hanata.
Om Mani
Achakarata hata.
Padme Hum.
Atura hokotora hatara. Shihiatata arsia.
Om Mani
Otohorota
Padme
hatara
Hum.
rakahira. Aturiatata hata.
Om
Aturokotara aratakana
Mani
hatara.
Padme Hum.
Shihatorota atata arahatakata harhita. Atara
Om
haratakari.
Mani
Atoto
Padme
orota atata
Hum.
atara. Hotor ur shahid kaya. Shayatoro. Otur
Om
hokotora.
Mani Padme Hum.
Hitor hotatar hita kaya hita. Otor hayana.
Om
Atahatar
Mani
harakahira.
Padme Hum.
Ushohotoro. Utor hokotatar tatare.
Om
Ishanatar hatakuroto
Mani
utoro hatara.
Padme Hum.
Kahiaka asahanata karata. Korota atara
Om
harata.
Mani Padme
Otoro
Hum.
hokotoro arahana. Hatutur hokatara hatatira.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Atukoroto hota. Ita takarata
Om
hatara hata.
Mani Padme Hum.
Isha hata takarahata. Otorota.
Om
Atorhokotorana.
Mani Padme Hum.
Ishotorata atakara. Isha hakatara eta harataha.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Achuhotoro rata etiariara. Hototo ohotaka etaha.
Om
Ishkana
Mani
hatara hata.
Padme Hum.
Otoro hokotor onaha tatara. Ashahakera hartara
Om
harta.
Mani Padme
Atoroto
Hum.
ohata takarheta. Hacharata a. Hotoroto ashata
Om
atara anakahe.
Mani Padme Hum.
Hotoroto otor arasana. Haturoto otor
Om
atata atar
Mani
hesa.
Padme Hum.
Huturta arshahesa akata. Ator okotor arana.
Om Mani
Achukurota
Padme Hum.
iskanahatar aratakihita. Katata arhata.
Om Mani
Achukoroto dorata
Padme
hayarta.
Hum.
Hatur okonahauturu. Hutur otatata
Om
takarataha.
Mani Padme
Ishahuturu
Hum.
tahatita harata. Atoraya akanataraha. Ocho
Om
hurota
Mani
atara
Padme
arakanahatita.
Hum.
Hotorota utatkuruhishi. Hator
Om
orianaha.
Mani Padme Hum.
Hotoroka atara aranatakara. Hotatari hiskahatatare.
Om Mani
Akohorota.
Padme Hum.
Atohorota otora otakaya. Hatorota. Atorisha.
Om Mani
Atakarata hatara
Padme
hata.
Hum.
Hatorota otor hushahi atarati.
Om
Atora
Mani
akasa.
Padme Hum.
Atora otora anahatakarati. Ho chohorota otaharatahi.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Hosho oturu utata. Koroto ohotara arakanahatata.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Hotorusha ai tatakari sotora. Sotatara hatakashiata.
Om Mani
Aroso
Padme
horotor utor
Hum.
arshana. Chahatatakar hatatirara.
Om
Ashohotor.
Mani
Atoriata
Padme
anaka ata.
Hum.
Isahakata taharatahi. Koroto horota hasha. Atoro hokotoro. Hutoro hotatara. Hasha anata aratakaya. Hasha otoro aka. Harosho okotoro takatariata. Hatatararati. Arshko oto. Anahata. Inner breath in for Eye-eem. Eye-eem. Inner breath in for Om. Om. Stay here for as long as you like. Maybe even pause the video to spend more time in the energy. When you are ready, slowly bring your awareness back to the here and now. Begin to deepen your breath. Consciously deepen your breath. Start to notice your physical surroundings. Maybe invite in some gentle movements. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes. And when you are ready, open your eyes and welcome in the new now. Utur ukatara. Hisakahata atakarati takaretoro. 142:42. Urushakati ariata. Sorry, not sorry for the length of the video. Hopefully you have found value in it. Congratulations, my friends. You have completed day number 103. I encourage you to journal about your experience. I have much to write about. Take your time getting back to this moment, to the present moment. Give yourself some gratitude. Let's send some gratitude to everyone else joining this experience. Let us thank our inner being. Let us thank all of our chakras. Let us express gratitude and unconditional, all-accepting love to this all-accepting, unconditional love. And I thank you from a place that I cannot describe to a place that I cannot describe. Namaste. Iskatakara arasana utur udrukurishaya takara. And I thank you, my friends, for sharing in my highest bliss. Shine on, asakati riyarta. It is your true nature. It's the most natural thing for you to do. And the only thing that they really said and wanted to talk about, this undescribable, unconditional, totally accepting love. Yes, our awareness of it ebbs and flows. It comes and goes, just like our breath. But they've reminded me of the Reiki ideals. Anytime that you wish to bring it in and experience it again in this moment, just for today, I shall not anger. Just for today, I shall not worry. Just for today, I shall be filled with gratitude. And I want to add to that one, just for now, I invite and allow this unconditional, totally accepting love. Just for today, I shall be present in this moment. just for now, I shall invite and allow. And reflect. Just like when we mess up in the chanting, in our breath, we can invite in, soften into, allow this unconditional, totally accepting love in any moment, no matter what you have done, no matter how you are feeling. If you need help, replay that section of the video as many times as you need, as many times as you want, as many times it feels good. You have the power and the choice to bring that in any now. And the reason why, just for today, I shall not anger, I shall not judge. Same thing. When I recognize that I want that in this moment, we can let go of all other ideas. Can we let go of it? And can we soften into it and not judge ourselves for fully experiencing it or as fully as we would like, but by settling in, by softening, by inviting, by allowing, by easing and softening and using less effort and easing and softening and allowing and inviting. We are vibing. We are vibing. We are vibing. So I thank you, my friends, for sharing in my highest bliss. Shine on and make it a great day. Because why would you leave it up to anyone else? Nobody can do that except you. Nobody can have that experience except you. Nobody can make you have that experience that we had today. Nobody. Only you can. And only you can choose to. And by choosing, it's inviting and allowing and easing and settling and softening and inviting and softening and allowing. Kasi torata arasa siya a kanartakarata.